We are live. Welcome to episode 38 of the High Slot Podcast, brought to you by our producer, Mass Music Radio. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. How we doing, fellas? What's going on?
Good. I just want to address one thing. So I'm assuming everyone out there has the iOS update on the phone or whatever.
I don't know if I do.
So mine updated overnight last night. And it's cool and all, I guess. I mean, like, my phone's been running better. But, dude, the one sus thing about this whole entire update, I'll be in my truck, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it'll only take this long to get to this destination at this time, all this stuff. And it knew I was going to school, and it had like, the Quincy College address. And I was like, what? And then, like, oh, my God, that was weird. And then I leave school, and it goes, oh, yeah, it's only going to take 5 minutes to get back to your apartment. It's like it knew where I was going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it knew all the addresses. And then I go home or whatever, and then I was going to go to the gym, and it tells me my gym address. I was only going to take like 10 minutes to get to I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, this thing is tracking me. You know what I mean? It was like wicked sus. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, that's the whole GPS, whatever, but like, that's just like so sus, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I have had that update because I get the same thing. I'll hop in my car and it'll be like, oh, you got 40 minutes like till you get home. And I'm like, how do you know I'm going home, you creep?
It's like traffic. It's like traffic's light. Oh, yeah. Franny's hungry. She needs a bottle. Know, right? It's like, what the fuck is going on?
It's got a camera in your house.
Yeah.
Showing you.
It shows like, Franny like in her crib. You're like, what the fuck?
Bob, remember when I was sitting on the couch or whatever and it said like Oneida Street on like my maps? Yeah. It said like 5 minutes and I was like, wait. Like, and we usually go to Colonel and Diane's for dinner that night too. And it was like coming towards that time. It's just looking at my phone. It says, 5 minutes to Oneida Street. I'm like, like, oh, it knows I'm leaving soon.
Yeah, it says, hey, say what's up to the cats for me. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, our phones know our routine better than we do nowadays. The government's keeping tabs on us, man. Ever since TikTok came around, we're all done.
Yeah, we're literally all done.
Somebody's watching me.
Yeah, so I'll take off my tinfoil hat after that, but I just wanted to address that because that was freaking me the fuck out today. And you can't even like turn it off. I think it's just constantly just comes at you. It just reminds you it has eyes on you.
Tracks you 24/7.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah,
a little creepy when you think about it for sure. But other than that, anything else, boys? I don't got much. I'm just same old shit, doing dad shit, living it up.
Yeah, I mean, kind of on a heater, like not on the pod bets, but personally just throwing in bets. It's been pretty good. Puck line for Peg the other night against Philly. I didn't watch the game, just was kind of drunk on the couch at my buddy's house and saw that it was plus money, puck line against Philly. And I'm like, no brainer, Philly stinks. And then last night, I took the puck line on the Rangers. They smashed. That was nice. Then I followed up with a little over action 6.5 for the Jackets and Flames. Couldn't stay up for that one. Woke up happy.
Oh, that was a late one.
Yeah, I was on a heater. I was like, oh, Rangers puck line. What else am I doing tonight? And then I hit that. I was like, oh, that's it. And then
hot.
Yeah, then tonight I'm kind of sweating one out right now. I got Tampa puck line. It's 2-2 in the third with Wild. So yeah,
good value though.
Yeah, and they're plus money too. I'm like, they're at home. You know?
How you been on the football bet, Snipsky? Because I've been awful. I was wrong on every division.
If you bet Bills, you're an idiot.
So actually, I made out really good. Actually, so the beginning of the year, I had 2 futures on the Bills, and obviously none of them hit. It's AFC to win and to win Super Bowl. So Friday night, I'm sitting at City Tap with Kev. And I'm like, yo, I'm scheming on some Bengals. I need to hedge my bet. So then we threw a 2-teamer together. We split Bengals money line and San Fran -4 to win like $500.
Cash.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. And then I took away like the 2 futures that I missed on, so that like it made up for those.
Yeah, Bob, you're 100% right. I am an idiot. That's the last time I'll ever bet agaast Joe Burrow.
Yeah, no, Joe Burrow is the guy, dude.
Joe Shiesty.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow, bro. I'm telling you, dude. Like he kind of has like a Tom Brady effect on him. He just has that it factor. Brady. He has the it factor.
Looks like young Brady. Good. I thought Josh Allen was due for one, but guy can't win the big game. He's the next Phil Rivers. So.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Because Joe Burrow, he was written off his whole life until he hit LSU and just went off, and then he just hit the ground running ever since. And then after that injury, he's just a beast. Like you can't write him off, especially with him. You got Joe Mixon in the backfield, Jamar Chase, that dude Hurst. T. Higgins Hurst is the man, dude.
They got weapons.
Yeah, they have another white wide receiver too. Who's that other slot wide receiver? The white
it's
Irwin. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Steve Irwin. They're heavy favorites going into this weekend, especially with Mahomes with that bum ankle. So.
And Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor's a hell of a coach too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Bengals got something brewing. Well, out for revenge after losing the Super Bowl last year.
They got that taken from them. That was like a fixed ass Super Bowl too. I don't know about it.
NFL's rigged, 100%.
They wanted LA to win. A nice story, whatever. But yeah, there was some questionable calls at the end of that last year. But
yeah, I'm retiring from NFL betting just because it's fixed and I'm never on the right side, so I'm done with it. But putting the tinfoil hat back on here for a second.
Let's go.
Have you guys seen the Damar Hamlin thing?
Yeah.
They're saying that actually wasn't him. And then that was someone who they just used as disguise because they kept showing him oh, there's Damar Hamlin. And it's just snowing. You can't see shit. You just see a guy doing the heart thing.
Yeah, he's got a mask on.
How is that Damar Hamlin?
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that he croaked? Are you what's going on?
Dude, that's what I've been reading shit up on it. They're saying the NFL might have covered up his death. I don't know.
That's crazy. No, I mean that makes sense. I guess
that'd be crazy.
It's the NFL. It's the NFL. It wouldn't shock me. How bad would that be for ratings if someone died on the field?
Roger Goodell's a rat.
Yeah, but
too.
Don't you think what do you think the NFL gave some hush money to the family? Because if it's the family, the family's gonna be
sketchy.
But what's up with the team though? The team should you know what I mean? What they gonna have some guy just they're gonna clone Damar Hamlin or something like that?
Well, dude, I don't know if you saw him. They showed him he came out of he got in the elevator real quick and there was mad people surround him, so you couldn't even get a good view. And he had a mask up to his nose and had glasses on and a hoodie and it's I don't know, dude. It's just when you think he'd come out and want to talk to the media and shit about what's been going on, all the support he's got. It's sketchy.
Honestly, you're having me think too, because honestly, his only interaction with the whole world was through Twitter.
Right.
He was oh yeah, let's go. That was crazy. Media. You know what I mean? All that shit. And they also said that they did 15 minutes of CPR on him, and that's pretty much you're dead. I guess you know what I mean? That's crazy.
I don't know.
This is the first I've heard of this.
But,
yeah, me too.
I've seen a couple of things on it lately, and I'm wait a second here.
Well, another thing, I get it's a good point about the no interview thing. They should have interviewed him, because if he's good to be at a game, he could talk to somebody, a reporter,
the jumbotron, fired up the crowd or something. It was nothing. They just panned out in the middle of a snowstorm. There's Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that. He's throwing up the signs.
He can't see shit. Yeah, I'm what? He's throwing up 3 for his number. It's all right. Anyone could have done that. I don't know.
That's
dude.
crazy.
NFL rigged.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Goodell rat.
Yeah, Goodell's such a rat. He's just down in his basement on his pedophile fucking riddled little fucking chair, and he's just gnawing on cheese. A rat he is.
Dude, the fix might be in for Damar Hamlin.
It wouldn't shock me.
It's sketchy.
They have so many skeletons in that owner's booth,
100%.
They're hiding a lot of shit.
I'm going to keep doing my research, digging into this a little deeper.
Yeah, we're going to have to circle back.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I might have to show up to NFL headquarters and start demanding answers.
Yeah, dude, let's just scrap the hockey. We'll just throw conspiracy theories all episode. I'm down.
Hey, well, now you guys know if I go missing, it had something to do with Roger Goodell. He's behind it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on to his
this is on record, dude. A lot of people will have you back on this.
I know, right? We're making it public now, so
if
anything happens to me, you know what happened.
Me, Bob, and Bo will be outside the NFL headquarters, like pitchfork in hand, about to light the place on fire.
Goodell will probably get me chained up in like his dungeon or something.
Yeah.
not let me out.
Right next to his big ass chair that he has.
Yeah, no, and he has he throws a bunch of cheese at you and has all his rat body. Like there's a bunch of rats just like going around, just picking at it, being a weirdo.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at with the NFL right now. I'm done with them, and I'm out to get them. I'm gonna bring that whole corporation down. They're a bunch of frauds.
Now, scratch the rats. He probably has an exotic snake farm.
Yeah, he might have been behind the Robin, the Leonard snake.
Yeah, they pinned it on him.
Debacle. All right, enough of the NFL. I'm sick of it. So why don't we get into our episode here today? We got a big one. We're going to do a little hockey talk to start, then do our Mass High School Hockey Roundup. Then we're going to do a fantasy draft, and each draft a lineup of this year's NHL All-Stars, and then we'll wrap up with our weekly gambling corner. You boys ready to rock?
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yep.
Let's go. Of course, we got to start with the Granite Grind because the Quincy College Granite were back in action this week. The boys had a big 7-3 victory over Nichols College this past weekend. Joe Hennessy recorded a hat trick, and Robbie Cameron, Pat Walsh, Anthony Servilis, and Aiden Burke also recorded goals in the Granite victory. Asher Wines was solid in net, picking up the win for the Granite. Bob, thoughts on the game this past weekend?
Yeah, we just played a full 60. By far the best game we've played together as a team. And we could have been doing this all year, man. Because we played such a great game, but we still took like 2 or 3 awful penalties. And we just played so well, and our special teams was so good that it didn't really matter, those penalties. But the thing is, usually at the beginning of the year, we would take 5 or 6 penalties per game instead of just taking 2 or 3 like we did against this past game, and we dominated. You know what I mean? It's just all about just discipline and all that, because you can't be trying to kill 7 or 8 penalties a game and expect to win a game. That's just not a winning recipe. But against Nichols this past week, we dialed in. We're more disciplined, and our top 6. No, I don't think anyone can touch our top 6 the way we played on Friday. Our defense played unbelievable. And like you said, Ashley played sick in that. So it was such a good way to start the second semester. We need to win out the rest of our games to pretty much have a playoff spot. Where we're just I was looking at it today. We're in the 5th spot. Just looking outside right now. We need to pretty much win and have a couple. And need a couple losses from a couple of teams, but it's definitely doable. It's possible. We're not 100% out yet, and the boys know it too.
Definitely not out of it yet. And even if we do, get statistically eliminated at some point, we'll still be out there, grinding, playing for pride, because that's just the type of team we are. But kind of shot ourselves in the foot in the first half of that season, lost a couple games that we probably shouldn't have, probably should have more wins in the win column than we do right now. But I've been saying it all year. I don't think there's a better team than us 5-on-5 in the league. I would take our 5 against any 5 in the conference, no matter who it is. And we finally, played a full game, like you said, and, we were disciplined. You can kill off 2 or 3 penalties a game because, penalties are part of the game. They happen. Some you can control, some you can't. But like you said, when you're taking 7, 8 penalties, you just can't kill off all those. It's not possible. You're eventually going to let some in. So, it was nice to see us be disciplined. I said to Gib after the first period, I was like, what team was that out there? Because I haven't seen that team all season long.
Dude, we were buzzing. It was the best
period we played all year. Just good, clean hockey. That's Granite hockey. We almost got away with, a clean 60. We did have a couple stupid penalties in the middle there, but cleaned things up and played a strong third period to put them away. And it was a good, hard fought 2 earned points.
Yeah, it was so fun, dude. Playing that type of hockey. Even if you don't win the game, but you put your best effort and put yourself in the best position to win. There's nothing better than that. You know what I mean? Just having that team chemistry and just going out there and just buzzing around. It's nothing compares to it. Yeah,
it definitely felt good because there were some moments in the first half of that season where you're just after the game, damn, man, it's if we just did this, we come out of there with 2 points, or, if we didn't make that one mistake, things would have been different. But that's all in the rear view now. You can only focus on what's ahead of us. And like you said, basically got to win out here. We got New Haven coming up this Friday, non-conference game. That's 7 p.m. at Quincy Youth Arena. And then we got a big one against Brown. I know they're kind of bottom of the barrel in the conference right now, but still got to take care of business against Brown. We're going to be at their barn for a big tilt with the Bears. So, yeah, just looking to build off this and just keep it rolling. Roll Granite, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
Definitely got that rematch with Babson circled on the calendar, but we got some business to take care of before that.
And UNH as well. We got a couple circled.
Absolutely. We're out for revenge this second half of the season. All right, let's get into NHL talk from the past week, starting with the Boston Bruins. So since our last time on the podcast, the Bruins have gone 3-0 with wins over the Islanders 4-1, Rangers 3-1, and the Sharks 4-0, extending their win streak to 5 games. Boys, what's your thoughts on the Bruins lately?
I mean, just same old Bruins, man. There hasn't really been any change. Just by far the best team in the league. Just all 4 lines just contributing, just dominating, doing their job. Defense just unreal. You see Lindholm's goal last night? So nasty.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, he just did a little toe drag snipe. Yeah, like he's so sick, dude. And obviously, like our goaltending's just been unbelievable. Seems like there's a shutout every night. Not letting in more than like 1 or 2. Just solid hockey. What do you think, Vinny?
Yeah, ever since Seattle, they got that little like wake up call in Seattle. Outscoring opponents 21-5. It's pretty dominant. The goaltending, like, it's been rock solid. Like, Linus hasn't like skipped a beat. Swayman stepping up. Love to see it. He's looking like he did last year. I think just adjusting to the play style a little bit. The D's activated more, so yeah. I mean, it's nothing much to say about them. I just hope that when it comes down to the end of the year, they're full pump, and they're not going for regular season awards. It's all about cup or bust. You're a disappointment if not. That's all I have to say. Actually win the cup, I'd say, not just get there.
Yeah, we need to stay healthy, too. That's a big thing, too, because that could happen to anyone, and really hope it doesn't happen to us. But that's one thing we're going to have to hope doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, for right now, the Bruins just keep on rolling. I mean, I've been waiting for some regression from this team, but really haven't seen it yet. I mean, they're tied with the Canadiens right now. So
no, they're winning now.
Maybe the Habs just tied it.
Oh, did they? Oh, my bad.
But I mean, my original worries about this team was how well we could defend our own zone. But I mean, you look at that results from the past week, and we only allowed 2 goals in 3 games. And Snipsky, I think you said we've only allowed 5 since that game against the Kraken a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, not including tonight's games, but
yeah, I mean, tonight, it's still only let up 2. Offense hasn't looked that great. Montembeault has actually been standing on his head for the Canadiens. This game should probably be a little wider margin. But looking at statistics right now, Bruins now rank first in goals per game with 3.8 goals a game, and they're first in goals allowed per game, only allowing 2.02 goals per game. So top of the league in both categories. I mean, just never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that the Bruins would just be like this damn good. You'd think they'd have some weaknesses with this group, but I really haven't seen it. They've just been outperforming teams in every aspect of the game, and it's fun to watch.
Everyone's preseason preview about the Bruins was just negative, including us, including NHL Network. Ness, I mean, obviously Nesson's a homer. Like, obviously they're like, no, the Bruins are going to be the best. But like most preseason preview, everyone wrote off the Bruins and all that stuff, and they didn't write back like Geno Smith. And they're out here just fucking like shoving it in our hoops. Just like you said, best in the business, best in goals for and goals against. It's insane. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, they're like a plus like 77. Like God, that's for nuts. A team. It's insane. I just hope there's no like end of the year like lull. I want them full steam ahead going to the playoffs. No late injuries, like we said. DeBrusque, I heard he just started skating the other day. So thing is with that, it's like take your time, man. Like I take the full 4 weeks or whatever, and just take your time getting back because we're gonna need DeBrusk. I mean, it's crazy that I'm here saying that DeBrusk is like gonna be a big key to the team after last year, but he's crazy. But he's like top 4 guys when it comes to production. So gonna need him. Yeah. Just hope nobody else gets a puck to the face like Bergie did the other night, or like, you know what I mean.
Didn't even miss a shift though.
That was sick. He's the man.
I also would like to see that like some of the guys get some rest though coming up, because we're not winning I don't care about no regular season awards. You know, like don't burn out Linus. You know, like bring up a guy from the AHL like that guy Kincaid, give him a few starts here and there. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to get the most points and win the President's Trophy. I mean, they're gonna, but burning guys out for no reasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind riding Swayman for a bit, especially heading into the All-Star break. I mean, Swayman's definitely more than capable of holding his own. You talked about DeBrusk. Love to hear the news that he's skating again. I get it. Yeah, don't rush him back. You know, don't want to further any injury. But I would like to see him back soon, because I'm getting pretty sick of seeing Craig Smith up on that top line, because he just can't hang with the big boys. I mean, he needs to be down that third or fourth line, kind of just grinding it out, because he's made some pretty bad plays tonight. He
wipes out a lot too. He never stays on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, he works hard, but he's just not very skilled. And, you know, it is what it is. He's not one of our top guys. But you look at production, it's been coming from everywhere, honestly. Like, look at some of our goal scorers from the past few games. Forbert got one, Freddie, Clifton, Lindholm, like you mentioned, Foligno, McAvoy. I mean, those aren't the usual suspects. So I think that's going to be huge for us down the stretch and in the playoffs, is depth scoring. We need some other guys besides, you know, the Marchands, the Bergerons, the Pasternaks putting the puck in the back of the net. So it's nice to see some of those guys getting in the mix. And that McAvoy goal against the Sharks, by the way, I mean, it should be illegal for a defenseman to have hands as silky as McAvoy. That was something else.
Yeah, that was like out of this world, like crazy. Yeah, because like you said, it's a defenseman, dude. Like the fact that a defenseman's doing that, and like, because like the thing is, like Lindholm could probably do that too. He's not the only defenseman that can do that on our team.
Oh yeah, he definitely can.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's like we have such like our top 3 defensemen are just like
that's
disgusting.
Who I thought it should have been. And I saw McAvoy do. I was like, what is that? Like Cale Makar out there? Like the way he's moving.
It's pretty much what it looked like.
Somebody said McDavid, but I was like, I can't say that about a defenseman.
No, McDusty is his own realm. Like you can't compare anyone to McDavid.
He's just so fast.
Yeah, but it's good to see the boys clicking. I mean, hopefully we can get by the Canadiens tonight. That'd be a tough one to swallow, losing the Canadiens. Haven't lost to them in our past 6 matchups. So, you know, let's see if we can pull out a late one here. Why don't we move on to some other NHL news? Let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks. So, Bruce Boudreau's coaching tenure with the Vancouver Canucks has officially come to an end, as the team announced that they'll be parting ways with Boudreau and have replaced him with former Arizona Coyotes head coach and TNT analyst Rick Tocchet. What's our thoughts on this coaching change for the Canucks, boys?
I think it's kind of a head scratcher in a sense, because Bruce Boudreau did a good job last year, kind of turning around the Canucks, like in a sense where it came to them going into the right direction. And at one point, you got to say like you got to make some moves for the guy, because I don't think they even made any roster moves for Boudreau, right? They didn't even like try to like make the team better at all. So it's like, is it really Bruce? You know what I mean? But besides that fact, like Tocchet, I don't know. I don't think he really like has coached like a real successful team yet. Because he what was he Yode's coach, and they've always sucked ass. And then you got
was he a Flyers?
Yeah, he was a Flyers coach. I don't think they were even good. Yeah, in Tampa. Oh, he's a Tampa coach too.
He was with Tampa early.
Oh,
and then
Arizona, wasn't
he? Yeah. So,
did you say?
Yeah, I already said Yotes. No, but like, I remember like when he coached the Yotes, he sucked. I remember I don't think they like the Flyers were good when he coached them. You know, so unless they made the playoffs, I might be wrong. But
no, they didn't.
Yeah. See, like he doesn't really have a track record.
I got some stats on him coming up in a minute.
Yeah, I just pulled them up too.
Yeah. All right. So from what you just said, Coco, like he hasn't really had like success as a coach, and he's had a couple cracks at it, right? Bruce Boudreau he shows that he can win, And I feel like the Canucks didn't really give him a fighting chance. Like they didn't really give him like roster moves and like drafted well or like even made a blockbuster trade. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, they didn't do shit for him. So I'll start by saying this. Shame on the Vancouver Canucks management for how they handled this entire situation. Because you have a legendary coach in Bruce Boudreau, and it's pretty well known that both the players and fans love him. And they absolutely dragged him through the mud and then paraded him around like a puppet over the last month or so before finally kicking him to the curb like he's a pile of garbage. I mean, like, they're talking about in the media how like he's gonna go, but he's in the dark about it. Like he has no idea. Like he's literally in interviews just like, yep, hope I'll see you tomorrow. Like he's got no idea. Like he was positive about the whole thing. So hats off to him. But this is just why Vancouver's Vancouver and they haven't won shit in their franchise history. Bruce Boudreau is a great coach. He had a winning record in his 2-year tenure with the Canucks, and he did everything that was asked of him by the Canucks management. And it's just a shame to see that this is how they treated a legend like him. It's really just a damn shame.
Yeah, Boudreau, he made the playoffs, 10 times, and he coached like 13 years. So that's kicking a pretty good coach to the curb. And I'm pretty sure Talkett has made the playoffs once, and he's an under 500 coach like 6 out of 7 years he's coached. So I don't think that guy's getting you over the hump. It just sounds like a tank job to me. Everybody's in for everybody's in for Bedard. I mean, I don't blame him because, if you look around the league, there's only when you look at the Bruins, it's like, no, we're not going anywhere. I know it's Vancouver and then the West, but I don't think any team really out West can really compete with some of the teams out East. It's funny seeing Talk getting hired off of TV. And I don't even think he was really good on TNT either. He was just kind of chirp biz here and there. But
he said some outlandish shit sometimes.
He didn't have great takes.
Remember that take when he said you should put remember Francois was playing nasty, or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, should they put Kemper back in for the third period? He was hurt. Yeah, whatever. He's like, they should put him back in for the third period or something. It was like that, and then Wayne Gretzky was even like, what, dude? It was the most insane take.
No, Gretzky agreed with him. Nobody else did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Gretzky just sniped off the face-off.
Really? Let's go.
Yeah, 3-2.
Bergie in the bumper.
But yeah, I hope Bruce replaces Talking on TNT because that would be hilarious. But
yeah, that would be sick.
That's what they're saying.
That'd be something. But Snips, you mentioned Vancouver's tanking, and I think it's clear that the players in Vancouver are quitting on this team, and that's not Bruce's fault. There's been talks about the team tanking, and I'm pretty sure their owner flat out came out and said that, we'll tank for Bedard. And I mean, they've been trying to trade some of their star players since last season, including their captain, Bo Horvat, which I have no idea why you would trade that guy. Why wouldn't you try and extend him long term? He's got 30 goals this year.
Yeah, he's killing.
The captain of your team. So as a coach, how can you motivate your players to go out and win on a nightly basis when your upper management has created an absolute sideshow that's just completely has derailed the team? And the Canucks are a talented team too on paper when you look at it, and they're just wasting some of these players' prime years by letting them just rot in that shithole out in Vancouver. I mean, it's embarrassing to say the least. Yeah, and I'd be pretty upset if I was on that Vancouver team.
Yeah, because like you said, they have Bo Horvat, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, Quinn Hughes, and then Thatcher Demko was in the Vezina talks last year. It's like, what the fuck are you doing over there?
Yeah, so when they signed JT Miller to that huge contract, I was like, what are they doing?
Oh yeah, and JT Miller, I forgot about him.
JT Miller, and then you got Elias Pettersson, who's your best young forward. You're just gonna tell him, oh yeah, it's all good, get developed, when you can't even get developed.
Yeah, waste your mid-20s. We'll waste your mid-20s just tanking, and then when you're on your end of your career, we might be good.
It just makes no sense what they're doing. It's they're not guys to the point where they're tanking enough to go full rebuild, but then they're not going out and getting guys so that they can compete at that next level. It's just what are you doing? You're just stuck in the middle, and then you just obviously have a disappointed fan base. I mean, but I will give some credit to the fans. They've seemed pretty positive about all of this, and when the fans started chanting Bruce, there it is, in his last game, and then he patted his heart. I mean, I almost shed a tear watching that. That was something.
I
else.
guess
I felt so bad for the guy.
He stood out there for a good like 5 minutes, like soaking it in too. I heard
he knew,
and the players stayed out there. I guess I heard the audio was pretty sick.
It's just everyone's been positive about this entire situation besides Vancouver's upper management. I just no clue who's running the show there. We talk about how bad Sweeneys and Neely are. I don't know who's running the show in Vancouver, but it's awful.
It's probably Sweeney's cousin.
It's like isn't his name like Rutherford or something? Is
that who it is?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Rutherford?
Yeah, Jim Rutherford. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, he also said that he was like he said something about trade and like he would trade anybody on his team or something too. It was something like fire sale.
It sucks because the Vancouver fan base deserves better. They're a passionate fan base. They want to win. I mean, you saw when they lost the cup in 2011.
Yeah,
they burned down their own city. So they just deserve better, man. And Bruce got mistreated. The fans have been mistreated. The players have been mistreated. It's just a joke out in Vancouver now. And I'll mention one last thing before I end my rant here. So looking at both of these coaches' records, Rick Tocchet career coaching record is 178, 260. That's a 47% win percentage.
Nasty.
Under 500. Bruce Boudreau career coaching record 607, 342, and 128. 63% winning percentage. Tocchet has coached 6 seasons as a head coach. He's only had 2 winning seasons. Bruce Boudreau's coached 15 years. This would have been his first losing season. So you tell me who the better coach is.
I don't know. You tell me.
My case. That's where I rest my case. So it seems like they're going full tank mode. If
it's shameful. They just, you know what I mean? It's just like, fire a good coach. And I mean, your team's not underperforming, but Dodd, I get it's a lottery. It's like
you're not guaranteed.
You're not guaranteed.
They're not bad enough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's like the Yotes. There's who else?
Canadians are out there too.
Yeah, the Canadians are in the mix. The Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the Blue Jackets. Yeah.
This team's a lot worse than the Canucks right now. So I just don't understand what's going on in Vancouver.
The Ducks. Oh, the Ducks.
Yeah,
they're the best.
Ducks are terrible.
The Ducks probably have the best shot.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like Tocchet replacing Boudreau is like the NFL terms of like a healthy Tom Brady. A healthy Tom Brady, like when he played for the Patriots, when he was winning all those Super Bowls, and then benching him for Hoyer. You know what I mean? Just to start the rest of the year. Right. That's literally like the equivalent of what they just fucking did in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's like the Patriots just being like, all right, Belichick, you're all done. Matt Patricia's coming in.
Yeah. It's like what?
You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Just absurd. All right, why don't we get some quick hitters before we move on to our next segment? So we actually talked about this last week that Josh Norris of the Ottawa Senators was returned to action after a 38-game absence. He's now set to go shoulder surgery and will now miss the remainder of the season. Jeez. So he can't catch a break. Canadians' Cole Caulfield also about to miss the remainder of the season with a shoulder injury as well. Blackhawks rookie Jackson Stauber earned his first career win in his NHL debut in Chicago's 5-3 victory this past Saturday. He's a Pravi Friar, former Pravi Friar boy, so love to see that. And then lastly, Carolina's Max Pacioretty has torn his Achilles for the second time in the past 5 months and has been placed on the long-term IR. So a lot of injuries out there this week. A lot of top names out there going to be out for a while, and some of those teams might be hurting because of that.
Yeah, the Pacioretty one, that's too bad.
Yeah, I've always been a big Patches guy, so that really sucks.
Yeah,
especially with the Canadians. He could have been a big boost, a big boost for them up front, especially come playoff time. He's a big-time goal scorer.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke when I saw it. I was like, didn't he just do that?
No, you're talking about the Knights, right? You said Canadians, right?
Oh, I meant Hurricanes.
Carolina.
I thought you meant the other way around. No, my bad. No, but
he injured originally with the Knights and then just made his debut for the Canes.
Yeah. Okay.
His Achilles.
Yeah, I messed that up. That's my bad. But like, do you think he might be all done though? Because like tearing your Achilles twice, like that's not a good sign. Like, that shows that your body can't hold up.
Especially for hockey, I mean, you're pushing off every time. Like that's got to affect the Achilles.
Exactly.
I'm
like
no doctor, but that doesn't sound like a good one to come back from.
Yeah, if your Achilles keeps on tearing on you like that, you might have to hang him. I hope that isn't the fact though, because he's
solid.
Yeah.
He's solid.
He's got to be. What do you think? He's 37 now.
Oh yeah, that sounds like all done.
Yeah, it could be the end of the road for Patches. Unfortunately,
hopefully not. I'm a fan.
Yeah, hopefully not. I've always been a big fan of him. So hopefully he can have a bounce back year next year. But doesn't look like we'll be seeing him for the rest of the season. All right, moving on. Let's do our Mass High School Hockey roundup from this past week. A lot of action this week, and let's dive into it. Starting with D1, where St. John's Prep remains in the top spot after a win over Zavarian 4-1, avenging their only loss of the season 6-1 with a win over BC High on Sunday. Up next, they have a rematch with number 2 Catholic Memorial scheduled for Wednesday at the Essex Sports Center. Buckle up for that one.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
CM, speaking of them, CM kept the pace with wins over Malden Catholic 4-0 and Zavarian 3-1. The Knights follow up the St. John's Prep rematch with another key tilt Friday against number 12 Franklin. Team we really haven't mentioned much this year is number 5 Wellesley. They've made it 10 in a row to start the season, 10-0. They had wins over number 13 Braintree 3-2 and Walpole 3-1. Busy week for the Raiders. As they'll face Milton on Monday, Needham on Wednesday, and then we'll have an opening round matchup in the Ed Burns tournament on Sunday. And then lastly for D1, another team we really haven't talked about too much is number 8 Marshfield, who's moved on up into the top 10 this week after the Rams finished with 3 consecutive shutouts in the Patriot League with wins over Duxbury 4-0, Quincy 8-0, and Plymouth North 6-0. The Rams will also be in the Ed Burns tournament again, but prior to that, they have a matchup with Bridgewater Raynham on Wednesday and then Silver Lake on Saturday. So, boys, what do we think of the D1 action?
CM's an absolute wagon.
I mean, honestly, I'm a little horny for that St. John's Prep CM. Probably shouldn't be saying horny with high school kids in the same sentence, but that's
as a teacher,
big time tilt.
Oh, you passed the Corey test?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've passed multiple Corey tests.
Yeah, I mean,
must have the cheat sheet.
Yeah, the one other thing I want to mention too. So Wellesley, like, have they been like playing like high end like talent, like, because they're 10-0, like that's sick.
Yeah, I mean they played Braintree, who's ranked 13.
That
was a tight game, 3-2. Walpole is usually pretty decent. I think they haven't been like too tested, but I don't think they've necessarily had like a cupcake schedule.
Yeah,
I think they deserve a little more respect for being ranked number 5 at 10-0.
Yeah,
they got to be in the top 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 3 at least. Yeah, that's what I would give them.
I get it, St. John's Prep, wagon playing in the Catholic Conference, same with CM, but put some respect on Wellesley's name. The Wellesley Raiders, man, they're rolling 10-0.
And
like, look like they're slowing down.
And one other thing too, you mentioned Marshfield getting into the top 10, but guess who they're playing? The Lake Show. They might not be in the top 10 any longer, dude. The Lake Show is going to sneak up there.
But, dude, I like Marshfield's game because it sounds like they're, like, defensive-minded, and from experience, that's what wins you tournament games. I mean, 3 straight shutouts, haven't let up a goal in 9 periods of hockey. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, they'll do it.
Who's that goalie? He's red hot.
Were they the ones that rinsed Quincy 8-0?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Quincy 8-0. Duxbury 4-0. That's an impressive win, too. But... yeah, I mean, I guess D1 is just loaded this year with tons of talented teams. You know, the lower divisions I think are kind of a little top heavy, but D1's loaded, and come state tournament time, it's going to be really up for grabs. I know St. John's Prep has held on to that one spot nearly all year, but they're going to get tested by one of these, teams that, aren't getting as talked about as much, like a Wellesley or a Marshfield. I wouldn't want to draw them in the tournament.
Yeah, fuck that. No, like all those like the defensive teams with really good goalies, you do not want to even touch in the playoffs. You don't even want to be on the ice with them.
A good goalie can steal you a game or two in the tournament, right? When it's one and done. I mean, game on the line, you ride a hot 10 all the way to state title. We've seen it happen. Yeah,
block a couple shots, get pucks in deep, can't go wrong.
Yeah, but the talk of the week is going to be that St. John's Prep CM rematch. St. John's Prep got him the first time around. We'll see if CM can get a little revenge. All right, let's move on to D2, where Tewksbury returns to the top spot in the boys' D2 Hockey Night in Boston rankings after a 2-win week. The Redmen beat Boston Latin 3-1 and then shut out Concord Carlisle 6-0. They do have a busy week coming up with games against Newton South, North Andover, and another game in the Ed Burns tournament. I don't know what this Ed Burns tournament is, but it seems like all the top dogs are playing in it.
Yeah, right. I don't even I feel like they just come up with all these tournaments, like just
There's
that
tournaments left and right nowadays.
Yeah, it's to get more games probably. It's probably just to get more games in the schedule.
I think so. Yeah, some of these top teams can play these non-conference matchups against teams they normally wouldn't play.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love to see it. I think the more tournaments, the better. Number two, coming in at number 2 is Canton. Moved down a spot after splitting the week. The Bulldogs lost a tough one, 5-3 to Archbishop Williams, but rebounded, beating Attleboro 10-1.
Jesus. That's how to respond.
Yeah, I feel bad for that Attleboro team. Canton coming off a loss was probably rip shit.
Yeah, dude. They probably was like, oh, you overcooked the roast. Just lay it into his wife.
Ma, the meatloaf.
Couple more teams here in D2. Duxbury moves up a spot to number 3 after impressive showing this week. They did lose 1-0 to Marshfield, but the Dragons did held their own in that game, which was a great game. They finished the week by beating Whitman Hanson 3-1, and they got a big matchup with number 4 Silver Lake this week. Speaking of Silver Lake, coming in at number 4, they did slide down a spot after a split showing. The Lakers beat East-West Bridgewater in convincing fashion, but lost to a strong Scituate team 5-1. They have a big week on tap with games against Duxbury and Marshfield, so it's going to be a big-time test for our Lakers this week. Going to really see what they're made of.
All right, Lake Show, shit or get off the pot. If you listen to this, shit or get off the pot.
We'll know how legit the Lake Show are after this week. But one more team I just want to mention. Don't think we've mentioned them at all this year. Coming in at number 8, it's Norwood. They finally have checked back into the Hockey Night in Boston rankings. They've been hot as of late, winning 5 straight. The Mustangs will have Norton on tap this week. So, boys, what do we think about the movement here in D2? Canton was number 1 for that lone week, but Tewksbury took back their spot pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, they're playing they're playing a bunch of D1 teams, right? A couple D1 teams. So
yeah, Canton slipped up to Archie's 5-3. I mean, Archie's is a good team. They're outside the top 10 in D1, but we know Archie's that they're always going to play you tough. And I think Canton might came in taking them a little lightly. They'd been rolling, but they got right back on the wagon with that 10-1 shit pumping of Attleboro.
Yeah, that's
exactly what they needed.
That's the most all right, unbelievable response. You have to respond like that. That's textbook response. But I mean, D2 is pretty strong from all year from what you've been saying, what you've been reporting and everything. So it seems like they're gonna get back on track. I think the Lake Show are probably gonna at worst split. I think at worst they'll split those 2 games.
Split?
Yeah, worst case scenario split.
I'm nervous for our Lakers. That's a tough back-to-back. Duxbury and Marshfield. I mean, that one against Duxbury is number 4 versus number 3 in the D2 standings. And then Marshfield's a top 10 D1 team. So couple tough matchups for the boys, but it's gut check time for the Lake Show.
Yeah. Need the Lake Show. Been rooting for them all year.
If the Lakers are legit about making a D2 state title run here, they at least split this weekend.
Yeah.
They have to. If they lose both, I don't know. I think that just says that maybe you can't compete with the top dogs. That they've been, competing pretty well in the Patriot League, but this is 2 tough games for them. So they're going to have to bring their A game here if they want to, I think, at least split. A sweep would be very impressive. If they sweep, I say state title or bust.
I'll buy a jersey. I'll buy a Silver Lake jersey if they sweep this weekend.
100%. I mean, we're going to be at their first state tourney game, no doubt, but to give me any hope that they're actually going to make this run, they need a split. So we'll check back in next week and see how they do. Let's keep it rolling here with D3, where Linfield remains in the top spot for D3 after coming from behind to defeat D2 Westwood 3-2. The Pioneers return to action Wednesday in an important Cape Ann League showdown with newly ranked number 10 Triton. Number 2, Medfield extended their winning streak to 10 straight games after a 6-1 win against Norton in an 8-1 triumph over Bellingham. The Warriors have not lost since their season opener against King Philip. So Medfield might be getting hot at the right time here. Number 3, Scituate enjoyed a productive week with an 8-1 win against Westfield and a 5-1 win over Silver Lake. Couple teams we haven't mentioned often are coming in at number 4 is Nauset. They were a big mover in the standings this week, jumped all the way up to number 4 after a pair of victories, 4-3 over Dennis Yarmouth and 6-2 over D1 Falmouth. Little D3 upset and D1 matchup there.
Never hear that.
Right? Number 6, Essex Tech remains undefeated, picking up wins against Shawsheen Tech 4-0, Danvers 3-2, and Greater Lowell / Neshoba Tech 9-1 in another productive week for the Hawks. And I have to mention this, boys. Hanover has fallen out of the top 10 after an 0-2-1 week. They tied Marlborough in a 0-0 rematch of last year's D3 state championship, but then were handed a pair of losses to Norwell 3-0 and Plymouth South 6-3. So I'll start with Hanover. Is it time to slam the panic button if you're Hanover?
Yes, I'm slamming every single button.
Oh, man.
That's not good, dude.
0-0 tie.
What are they like?
Sign.
What are they, 3-7-1 now?
I think so.
Dude, that's not good.
They're gonna have to go 500.
Yeah, dude, they have
to win out.
They have to they pretty much win the rest of their games. They even sniff a playoff spot.
I mean, I'm sure Hanover did not see this coming, being defending state champions for Division III. But to me, it kind of seems like they overloaded the schedule. They just have tough game after tough game after tough game, and they play in the Patriot League, which we know is a tough division, right?
It's so tough.
There's not many cupcake games in the Patriot League. Even the bottom of the barrel teams are going to give you a fight. But they're playing these non-conference games against D1 teams. I forget. I think they played Duxbury. No, Duxbury's in the Patriot League, but they're playing Marlborough, who they played in the championship last year, and in Norwell twice, who's a dog in D4 here. But yeah, they haven't made it easy on themselves, and the record shows.
Yeah, they need to get back on it.
I don't know what it's going to take for them to get back on the wagon here. I mean, I said, you'd be an idiot to count them out, but I don't know. It's getting to the point where you might be able to count them out because they haven't been able to pick up any big wins.
Yeah, but
momentum. They need to, and they need to do it quick. What I thought was impressive, and I know Linfield has held down this number 1 spot, I think, nearly all year. They're looking to go wire to wire here, but Medfield.
Yeah, they're a wagon, dude.
I think Medfield's going to give Linfield a good run. 10-0 after losing the first game of the season. I mean, they might have just slipped up. There can be nerves in that first game. We know how it is. So they probably just didn't bring their best game. But to then rattle off 10 straight, I mean, this team's rolling.
Yeah, chemistry, first game. You got to make sure you get it right with the boys.
Well, I think another dog you got to consider Scituate. I mean, they just beat up on our Lakers 5-1, and they're playing in D3. So I think Scituate's going to be right in the hunt too. And we know Scituate firsthand experience. That's not an easy team to play against. They're usually crafty. They're usually skilled. They're not usually the most physical team, but I don't know if they have the talent, then I think they can make a run. And I don't know much about this Linfield team. I just know that they've been number 1 and they keep winning, but I don't know how well they've been tested either. All right, let's wrap it up with Division 4, where Norwell continues to hold down the number 1 spot in the Hockey Night in Boston D4 top 10. The Clippers had another solid week, blanking Hanover 3-0, and then beating Cohasset Hull 8-4. They'll have Plymouth North and Abington on tap this week. Sandwich stays in the number 2 spot despite having a split week. The Blue Knights lost a tough 2-1 game to Division I Barnstable, and then beat Pembroke in the following game by the same score, 2-1. They have a big week on deck with Nauset and Dennis Yarmouth this week. Coming in at number 3 is Winthrop. They've moved up to the number 3 spot. The Vikings lost to Lexington 3-2 in OT, but rebounded in a big way, beating Stoneham 4-0 and Masconomet 4-3 in OT. Shawsheen Tech has moved into the number 4 spot. They lost 4-0 to a strong Essex Tech team, but got back in the win column with an 8-1 win over Rockport, avenging their other loss on the season. And lastly, Martha's Vineyard continues to roll as the Vineyarders won their 9th straight game. They avenged an earlier loss this season, beating Dennis Yarmouth 3-1 and then beating Mashpee Monomoy 7-3. Final thoughts for Mass High School hockey this week, boys. What do we think of D4?
I think if you have money to spend, just throw it all on Norwell to win the D4 state championship. They blanked the Hanover, a D3 powerhouse team, and they just run through D4. So, like, no one stopped them yet.
Stalemate.
Yeah, no one has really came close to slowing down Norwell. But I will say this, because I know it from experience, that Sandwich is going to give them a good run. They beat us in the state semifinals last year in double OT. So Norwell's going to be out for revenge, but it could come down to something as simple as Sandwich might have their number. Norwell did beat Sandwich in their first game of the season, but you really can't base that result on anything. First game of the year, compared to state tournament time, really doesn't mean anything. But I guarantee Norwell and Sandwich will rematch in the state semifinals or at some point in the state tournament this year. And it's going to be big to see if Norwell can get over the hump, because history shows that they usually lose those heartbreaking games, but could be different for them this year because they've been a wagon. All right, why don't we get into our next segment here? So we're going to do a little fantasy draft of this year's NHL All-Stars. We talked about some of the All-Star players last week. The latest players to be added to the All-Star Game rosters as voted in by the fans are the following. In the Atlantic Division, you have Austin Matthews, David Pastrnak, and Andrei Vasilevsky who have been added. In the Metropolitan, you have Panarin, Adam Fox, and Ilya Sorokin. In the Central, you have Nate Dogg McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and Connor Hellebuck. And then in the Pacific, you got Leon Draisaitl, Bo Horvat, and Stuart Skinner, all voted in by the fans. Before we get into our fantasy draft here, boys, what are your thoughts on the All-Star jerseys that just came out?
I think they're heat.
Heat or delete?
I think they're heat. I like it. It's nostalgic. Like, I don't know what year exactly. Was it like the 90s? I don't know.
I think it was somewhere in the 90s.
Yeah, like maybe early to mid.
I remember like Messier wearing it. Couple other guys. I can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, I think it was 90s. So, yeah, I like it. I like the colors. They're different. Because
was they're from a different All-Star game though, right? That they've worn before. So was it also in Florida? The last time they wore? That's what I
That's a good.
No, it was in Vegas last year.
No, I'm saying the last time they wore these.
They wore those,
the All-Star jerseys.
Oh, sorry.
Because they're like a replication of a vintage All-Star jersey.
Yeah, they're vintage.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I like the how it's not like too much like pink or blue. You know, it's like a couple stripes. Like last couple All-Star games, it's like
yeah, it's
too much.
It's like too much neon.
Yeah, it's like why even do that though? Why
these are more subtle.
Yeah, and they're gonna look a lot cooler too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard of some of the skills competitions they're adding.
Yeah,
they're adding a dunk tank one where like players gonna take turns shooting, like hitting like a target, and the loser gets dunked. And then they're having them play a par 4. That's gonna be a mix of like hockey and golf shots.
That's sick.
That's kind of sick.
That is sick. They're doing that puck pitch thing too. Like,
are they doing that
I saw it come up on my like ESPN updates.
Yo, they should for the dunk tank. They should just put Jack Edwards in there.
Everyone just rips pucks at his face.
Yeah.
Tries to knock him out.
Yeah, there's like clearly a like target to hit, and they just start ripping it at him.
Yeah, like buzz one by his head.
like sorry, Jack.
About me, Jack.
Yeah, Pat Maroon's up first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then Pat Maroon misses, and he's like, oh yeah, someone on the Bruins would have hit me. He's like, if that was a Bruins jersey on you, you would have hit me. I'm such a homer.
What'd you say, Jack? What'd you say? Am I fat? Am I fat now? Say it to my face.
All right, so we're gonna do fantasy draft, and I think we gotta go draft teams for 3-on-3 play, right?
So because 3 players,
that's
1 goalie.
They still do the All-Star game, right? They still do 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's 3-on-3, I think.
Yeah. All right, so we'll draft three players, 2 forwards, 1 defenseman, and 1 goalie for our 3-on-3 All-Star lineups. All right. Got random generator here as always to determine our order. It will be me in the 1 spot, Snipsky in the 2, and Bob rounding out the first round. So I'll start unanimous. I'm going Connor McDavid. Have to. Best player in the game.
Yeah, that's good. I think I am gonna go with, this is tough. Honestly, I'm gonna go with David Pastrnak. Yeah.
I'm going all speed for 3-on-3.
Yeah, you have to go speed. You're crazy. We don't go speed.
Open ice. I got McDusty. Snipsy going pasta in the 2 spot. Bob, that leaves you with 2. I think Bob's in a good spot here. Damn.
Give me Jack Hughes at center.
Hughesy?
Yeah, give me Pubesy. And then give me Mikko Rantanen.
The Rant?
Yeah, the Rat.
The Rat?
Mikko the Rat.
30 goal scorer this year. He can bury it. Snipsky, back to you.
Oh, this is tough. I'm torn between 2 guys, but I think I'm gonna go with Leon Draisaitl. At center.
I can't believe he fell to me. Cale Makar?
I know, dude. Like I didn't want to go D right away. That's the thing.
McDavid and Cale Makar? Oh my God. Might have handed me this draft, boys.
Yeah.
And I got to round it out. Oh, no. Oh, I got 2 more. Oh, do I go goalie here? I guess I got to go with the best goalie in the league, right? Allmark.
All right.
I'll take him.
I think Kogo's just running away with this right now.
I'll take him. I got the best forward, best defenseman, arguably, and the best goalie. That's back to Snipsky. You're on the clock.
Bob, you already picked a D, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
Snipsky, you have 2 forwards, so you gotta go.
Yeah, I know. I'm just deciding whether I want to go D or goalie, but I'm gonna go with Adam Fox.
Foxy, playmaker. Bob, you got 2 in a row to round out your draft.
Let's see.
You need a D and a goalie.
For the goalie, I go Shesty.
Yeah.
And for defense, I'm gonna go. I guess I'll just go Josh Morrissey.
Like 1 defenseman per team.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Morrissey. That's like the best available one.
Morrissey.
Yeah, he Morrissey. No, he's having a good year though.
He is. He really is. I've been watching Winnipeg, so I've been betting on them a lot. And he's legit.
Oh, Bob left Erik Karlsson on the board. Oh.
I think Morrissey's having a better year than Karlsson, low key.
Nah, I just thought you would pick him because. Then my goalie is. Oh, did you picked a goalie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrei Vasilevsky. I had to sneak 1 Russian on the.
Oh yeah.
I always need 1 Russian.
And that leaves me. I need 1 more forward to pair up with McDavid.
Brock Nelson.
Yeah. Clayton Keller. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with. Oh, there's a lot of good options here.
You're looking for a wing?
Ooh, I'm going all speed. So I feel like I gotta go Nate McKinnon.
All right.
Right? I'll go McKinnon. He's back.
Yo, the fact that no one picked Kaprizov or RoboCop's kind of nuts too.
I was between all 3 of them.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna take RoboCop or something.
Yeah, no, I was thinking RoboCop. Probably should have, but I'll go. I was just thinking like all speed. My team is so fast.
Yeah, I was thinking
McDavid, and Makar.
So like my thing with Mikko Rantanen and Jack Hughes is fast as shit and can just dangle and can dish it, and he can and Mikko Rantanen is just a one-timer guy. And all that Jack Hughes had to do was just give it to like Josh Morrissey or whatever, just move the puck and just give it to Randon for a 1T. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a perfect like 3.
That's good puck movement, threesome right there. I was like Tage Thompson. Obviously he can bury, but he's a moose. Like I don't know how well he can get up and down the ice in 3-on-3.
Yeah,
he might be gassed.
I mean, we definitely left a lot of people on the board. I mean, there's mad good play. Sanko.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mitch Marner.
Troy Terry.
Kucherov. I'd Kucherov in the back of my head, too.
Kevin Fiala. Beniers. Bo Horvat. Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys out there. I mean, when you're only picking for 3-on-3, there's obviously going to be some decent.
Ovechkin didn't get picked either.
Yeah, Ovi.
Sidney Crosby. Kevin Hayes is in it?
Checking. Yeah, Hazy made it for the Flyers.
Panarin.
All right. Well, there's our draft. We'll toss it up on the IG and have the fans vote. See who's got the best All-Star lineup. All right. Final segment of the night. Gambling Corner. To recap last week, we had Snipsky at 2-3, Bob at 3-3, and somehow I swept the board and went 6-0. I'll take it.
Is that good?
I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. So I'm going to look to continue that streak this week. You're only as good as your next bet, so I don't even want to talk about the 6-0 week anymore. I might bring it up one more time.
That's something that's very veteran of you. That's a veteran side of you saying that.
Right? I mean, so to recap our standings here, I remain in first, 38, 31, and 1, 55%. Bob is in second, 29 and 36, 45%. And Snipsky is a game back at 28 and 37, 43%.
Me and Vinny always are just like one game ahead of each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, you guys have just been like going back and forth, flopping from like 2 to 3 every week.
Yeah,
it's kind of annoying, dude.
Trading blows.
I mean, I think it'd be fair to say at this point, if I choke this lead, then that would be, one of the biggest choke jobs of all time. So
0-6 incoming.
I'm pulling away, but I got to keep it rolling. I need to follow up 6-0 with another big week here. Starting with Wednesday night, January 25th, we'll have the New York Rangers facing the Toronto Maple Leafs on TNT. Rangers, Leafs. Bob, why don't we start with you? Who do you like in this matchup?
I like the Rangers here. I like how they've been playing. Chesty's been playing good, and they're dogs going into it. So I think usually when they're underdogs, they tend to win some games. And they're coming off a big game against the Panthers, winning 6-2. They're going to be going in there.
Win.
Yeah,
I like it. Rags, Snipsky, what are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rangers. The Leafs have been kind of screwing me lately. Kind of off it.
I was gonna say, I hope you boys learned your lesson after the Canadians beat the Leafs.
Yeah.
Dude, that was bullshit.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
That was the difference between me being 4-2 or 3-3. They fucked me.
I was like rolling. I think I was like 4-0 at that point, and I'm like, damn, I've had a great week, but sucks I'm gonna have a loss because I picked the friggin' Canadians, and like that was the day they said Cole Caulfield's done for the year. So I'm like, great, they have no chance. They end up coming back from 2-0, winning OT.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
All the odds are stacked against you that night, and it just
that was nuts. That's just sometimes you get the bounces go your way.
I didn't even watch it because I thought it was such a lock, and I was like, all right, like I wasn't even paying attention. And then you just wrote in you wrote in the chat like Canadians. What the? And I'm like, well, no way. And I look, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, OT, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the Leafs choked that one, so I'm not gonna get fooled by the Leafs fraudness. So I'm not picking the Leafs. Also, don't want to make this a consensus, so I'm gonna go with the under here. Under, I think Shesty big night, and then hopefully one of the Leafs goalies can figure it out.
Make a save.
You see at 6, right?
Is it 6?
Yeah, it's 6.
Maybe I'll take a push at worst, but I think that one can stay under. We'll see. Who knows? It's like flipping a coin with those over-unders.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Thursday, January 26th. We have a classic matchup here. Pittsburgh versus Washington, a little Crosby-Ovechkin matchup. The one of many that they've played throughout their careers. Pens, Caps. Snipsky, why don't we hear from you first? Who do you like in this one?
So Pittsburgh just won an absolute shootout, 7-6.
Did they win that game?
Yeah, 7-6. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna go with Washington. I think
Caps.
I might fade the boys.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna hop on the Caps with you, Snipsky. I've liked the Pens this year, but like, dude, letting up 6 goals. Like, I don't like that. Their defense has been extremely leaky lately. I think Caps are just a little more sound defensively. Both teams can score. So I'll side with the Caps. I'll side with the home team here. Bob, what do you think?
From the past 2 games that both teams have played, I'm gonna go with the over.
Over.
Yeah.
That seems like a safe.
They have
pick
the
to
same
me.
amount of points too.
Yeah, it's a big one. This is a big one for the standings.
And
Both
the
these teams
Caps.
need wins.
The Caps are probably going to be home dogs too. I would probably assume.
They could be home dogs. Probably be a close to even line, I'm assuming. But
Yeah,
it's going to be a good
game.
one. A lot on the line here early in the season because I think both these teams on the outside looking in or like barely in playoff contention right now. So, yeah, it's going to be a big one.
It's going to be like a playoff atmosphere, like dogfight.
Yeah. Crosby, Ovechkin, a couple of the all-time greats going at it. All right, let's move on to Friday, January 27th, where we'll have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the New York Islanders. This game will be on ESPN Friday night. I'll kick us off here. This one's tough because both these teams have not been playing well lately.
The Islanders suck. They've lost like 6 in a row.
Yeah, Islanders have won 2 of their last 12. But I'm going to side with them. I'm going to take the better goaltender in Ilya Sorokin to get them a win, a much-needed win. Detroit, I think, is out of it, unfortunately. I think the Islanders can still get back in the mix. I mean, it's probably a long shot, but they need some wins pretty quickly. So I'll go with the Islanders. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree because I think they're playing the Senators tomorrow night, and I think they're gonna get back on the wagon a little bit, get a confidence booster game against the Senators, and then start and roll into the Red Wings. I think the Islanders are gonna start a little bit of a win streak.
Go Isles. Snipsky leaves it up to you.
I'm not making I'm making a pick, but not like one of the teams. I'm going with the under. I think.
Under.
Yeah, I'm bringing no duels.
So the campfire.
Sorokin masterclass, Shuddy.
That'd be nasty.
Wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I mean he's an all-star for a reason, right?
He's good. I mean, his record's not great, but you look at his like save percentage and goals allowed. It's pretty good for considering the team he's on.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope the Islanders show up.
If Husso's not in net, that kid Hellberg's pretty good. 2.7 goals against.
They waived Nedeljkovic.
Yeah, he sucks.
That's when blows.
That's when you know the game's going over. That's when you know it's going over.
Oh yeah. All right, let's get into the weekend picks. So we got Saturday, January 28th, Buffalo Sabres taking on the Minnesota Wild. Bob, let's hear from you first here. Sabres Wild.
Sabres Wild. I kind of want to go with the over here, but I feel like the Wild don't even really put that many goals, and but
I got burned by Wild overs early in the year. I haven't been paying attention to them lately.
So to help you, the last game they played, Sabres won 6-5. So I mean, it already went over. So
fuck it, give me the over.
Over.
I'm bringing moonshine to the campfire.
Getting wasted.
Getting cross-eyed, fucking blinded.
Goals in this one.
I'm going to drink so much moonshine for this over that I'm going to be blind.
Snipsky, let's hear from you. Who you got?
It's going to get wild.
No, the Wild?
Yeah. Coco's like, what?
It's going to get wild.
I'm going to go with the Sabres here just because that's been my team all year, man. I've been riding them like a horse. They're like dogs every game. They won last night plus 150, and they were plus 150 again tonight, and they were up 3-0 after the first period. I don't know why the odds makers are not respecting the Sabres.
Yeah, the Sabres are good.
Youngest team in the NHL. They can put the puck in the net. Defense is questionable at times, but honestly, Craig Anderson hasn't been terrible. And then they got that Luukkonen kid. He's actually not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's made some
12 wins.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, could be the goalie of the future. All right, last game of the week will be on Sunday, January 29th, where our Boston Bruins will be taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. I'll go here. The rematch of last year's quarterfinal playoffs. Canes got the best of us in 7. I think the revenge spot for the Bees. I like the Bruins here. The new and improved big bad Bruins out for blood. They're going to be skinning Rod the Bod by the end of this game. Monty will skin him.
Yeah, Monty, like he has that look in his eye, man.
Monty definitely goes hunting and skins a couple out. So he probably skins bears.
Grizzlies.
Puts the nice bear skin on the locker room floor for the Bruins.
Yeah, and he lays in naked and fires up the boys.
Little mascot.
Yeah, he does the Costanza.
Yeah.
He's like
polishing his head.
Yeah, cue ball.
Jesus.
I'm going with the Beavs. Snipsky, who you got?
I'm gonna be Debbie Downer and take the Hurricanes.
Canes. Have we played the Canes this year?
Yeah, we beat them
3-2.
It was that OT comeback.
Oh yeah.
It was a day after Thanksgiving or something, right?
Yeah, the 25th. Or
it was the day after.
Yeah, was it a matinee game?
Yeah.
Well, afternoon.
This one's gonna be
this
one's gonna be a matinee. Well, 5 p.m. start.
Yeah.
Weird start.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Is that why?
I'll be watching this.
Yeah, definitely be watching this.
I didn't even watch most of those games. That what was that Sunday night? Was it the Cowboys and Niners? I had a little money on the Cowboys, but I was like, they have no.
Dak's a
chance.
fraud.
I was like, Dak blows.
He stinks.
They were getting the ball back, and I was just watching the Bruins, even though they're up like 4-0. I'm like, I'm not watching the end of this. I know what's going to happen. Dak's going to throw a pick or something.
Yeah.
Little did I know they had Ezekiel Elliott line up as a center.
That was
great.
right.
Snap the ball and then just get
that was a
blown
joke.
Out. And then run like a 5-yard slant, and the guy just gets smoked, and that's the game.
Yeah,
like
Zeke got pancake too, which was comedy.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe they actually
done with football.
They actually practiced that play in practice. They said, "I'm like,
that's worse than the Colts when the Colts."
Yeah, that was bad.
So you planned to put
with no one on the line.
So you planned to put Zeke as your center? Like it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's Mike McCarthy, dude. That guy's a fat idiot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, big time.
All right, Bob. Last pick of the week from you: Bruins, Canes.
I gotta side with Vinny here. I'm gonna go with the Canes. I think the Canes because it was so the Bees came back on them last time they played, and they definitely left a bad taste in their mouth. And it's being Carolina, and I think they're gonna get their. I think it's gonna be a little split between the teams. Well, they play again after that, but I think there's gonna be like a little bit like of a rivalry going on here, back and forth going into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good matchup. I'm actually excited for this one because, the Bruins have had some, Sharks and Canadians, even though the Canadians put up a good fight against us tonight. But this is one that, that really moves the needle for me. I'll be looking forward to that one, Bruins, Canes on Sunday afternoon. All right, there's our weekly gambling corner. Big week for the standings. See if things can get shaken up here. Before we sign off, Bob, fun fact for us?
I don't really have a fun fact, but I got something I read up on the news earlier today, and it's you hear about the M&M's bullshit about the whole the spokes candy.
Yeah,
so
fill me in on it though.
I didn't hear. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's something with the green M&M, right? The lady.
So I got the whole scoop here.
All right.
So in my social media class, marketing class, we talked about it. So M&M's. Spoke candies. They call them spoke candies because it's like whatever.
What is that?
It's like the animated M&Ms. Like they have the arms and legs and shit like that. The green one was the lady one with like boots, and then the brown one was a lady with just like regular shoes or something like that, or like high heels or something. And then, but they rebranded both of the women to have the brown one just wore like
penises?
No. I'll get to that though. But the brown one went from like big high heels to like regular like platform shoes, which makes no fucking sense. Who gives a shit? And then the green one went from cowboy boots or like whatever the fuck silhouette boots they called them to like regular shoes. And people were like, oh yeah, well the Black Lives Matter, like all this shit. And, people just get butthurt over stupid shit nowadays.
Of course.
And then they added a purple M&M that's never been a thing. For like the transgender, you know what I mean? Like it's like the one that's different.
That was coming.
Yeah, it's like a different thing. So the whole world
adding the purple one into the pack.
Yeah, like it's a brand new flavor, brand new whatever. Or not even a flavor, it's a brand new color. Yeah. It's just fucking chocolate. But the thing the thing is like mad backlash, all this shit. Like the whole branding team was like, oh whatever, and they fucking cowered out, dude. They didn't stand their ground. You got to stand your ground to these.
They changed it back?
No, dude. They didn't they just said fuck it with the spokes candies. Got rid of the spokes candies, and they brought that girl that comedian like Maya Rudolph.
Oh yeah.
Now she's the spokesperson for the M&M company, and now she's gonna be like the Super Bowl like commercial like person for the M&Ms.
So they're going away with the animated M&M.
Yeah, they just completely panicked. They're like, oh my god, we're getting too much heat for this.
It.
And you know what? You look fucking weak, M&Ms.
Those are classic.
You look weak. You can't let the people just back you in a corner and just shut down. You cannot let the people do that. You gotta stick to your guns.
I thought you were gonna say it was like all a marketing tactic to like increase sale of M&Ms.
It was.
But they backed out.
Yeah. So like look at oh my god, I can't think of it right now. Well, I was thinking of like a example for a company. Like there's been companies that like put out shit and it doesn't like sit well with people, but they just like stick their gun. Like no, it's Nike with the Colin Kaepernick shit. Like whatever, they signed Colin Kaepernick like for like a sponsorship deal after he took that knee, and it was mad controversial, and everyone was like, oh, blah blah, all this shit, like all this stuff, and then but they stuck to their guns, and then like they took like a hit like financially, but like as they stuck to their guns, they skyrocketed in sales. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta stick to your guns.
Yeah, it's like they say, like all publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's messed up. They're going away with the animated M&Ms. The red guy, the yellow guy. Those guys are classic.
Yeah, they put it. Well, I don't think they like kind of like. I think they put it on hold. It's on hold or something.
I think I saw that. I think I saw them in a commercial recently. I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna get rid of those. They probably.
Well, like it's on hold. Like they put it on hold and they signed Maya Rudolph to do the Super Bowl commercial. Yeah.
PR stunt.
Yeah, but it just fucking dumb. It's like, dude, who gives a shit, dude? I don't care if there's a purple, if there's a magenta, like if one has a fucking piece. Well, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit, dude. Like, stupid.
Come on. I mean, dude, the green M&M's hot.
Apparently, Tucker Carlson, dude, that's mad funny. Tucker Carlson was just like, he's like the whole, like exactly what he said. He's like, why'd you take the boots off her? She's got to look hot. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't look hot anymore. Like, that's the whole point of it.
I always thought she was sexy.
Exactly. That was the whole.
M&M, you know what I mean?
Is she the one with the glasses too?
No, she just had like eyelashes.
No, the brown one.
Long lashes,
nice
voice.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean?
Does the brown one have glasses?
Coco's getting bricked up over there.
One of them.
I know, yeah.
Coco's like, I'm gonna get a pack of M&Ms. He's like, all right, babe, I'll see you later. You want anything from the store?
I know. I just asked the question, and Coco's like, yeah.
Hot and bothered over there. No, but I thought I would just like share that with our listeners and shit like that because I don't know if anyone really read up on it.
M&M's is canceled.
Yeah, the spoke candies are canceled for now.
I wouldn't be too upset about it. I was always a Reese's Pieces type of guy, anyways.
Yeah, Reese's are fire, dude. I love peanut butter.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces.
Chocolate peanut butter, the best combination.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Legit heat.
But no, I'm glad you, because I've seen it like briefly, but I never like really read up on it. So I'm glad you did mention that. Finally got the full scoop on that M&M debacle because it's ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's like doesn't shock me at all. It sounds like a bunch of other things that have happened in the last couple of years.
I'm sure.
Scrambling, people don't agree with something, scrambling for a solution.
Yeah, of course. That's how it goes. It's the way she goes. All right, I think that wraps it up for us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed another episode of the High Slot Podcast. Be sure to go check us out over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at High Slot Podcast for more daily content. And as always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mass Music Radio. They continue to produce music for the masses, so if you haven't already, be sure to go check them out and their other featured podcasts over at www.massmusicradio.com. That's www.massmusicradio.com. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Later.